scenario where my WICSO Triangle Alliance comes into the real world. And if you don't know about my WICSO series, it's basically this. If you recognize this map, this is my WICSO map before World War V. And currently we're on some stages towards the end of World War V. This is the current stages of WICSO World War V. And now, this is what it looked like before the war. We can see that this country, and a couple other countries around the world were in the Triangle Alliance, and most of them, and every single one, or most of them, still are. But let's get into the scenario where all of these countries are in the real world. So what does the world have to say about this? The world just went from all this before this map, normal world map stuff, to this in a day. And people don't know what to do. They believe the Roman Empire has come back because the Mediterranean Empire's capital is here. They don't know what happened to Ireland, or Northern Ireland, and they don't know what this thing is. And basically the whole, what's this dot doing here? So basically the entire world is just confused. And, well, it's going to be like that for a while before they eventually get used to it. But what is going to happen first with this giant alliance basically ruling the world? What's going to happen first is we are going to look at Persia, or Iran. Specifically, the remainder of Iraq, the remainder of Armenia and Azerbaijan, yes, those are real, and the rest of Iran are all going to be declared war upon by the Triangle Alliance. As the Mediterranean Empire sends their troops into Persian areas, and so will the Caucasians. And the country that will send a majority of the troops, well, most troops, is this country, as they will all be crushing Iran. And eventually, Iran is going to be forced into surrender, and we can look at a peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty. So basically, these areas are divided, and it would probably look pretty similar if this happened in WICSO. So in WICSO, these guys will definitely get gobbled up by you if they weren't on this alliance. But now, in this world, they aren't in this alliance, and these countries can basically take over the entire world freely without the Hexagon Alliance surrounding them on all sides. Yeah. So where do they want to go next? Their next target is going to be over in the Balkans, and that target is Serbia, as the Mediterranean Empire is going to declare war on Serbia. And very quickly, these Mediterranean troops would go in and take this area. Well, yeah, modernly it's like this area, sort of. Yeah, peace treaty. Peace treaty is full annexation. And countries don't really worry too much about this. Oh, and with Ireland and Britain, Ireland just finishes off Britain. There's literally nothing here. And France, you're being declared war upon. Again. Oh, and I can't forget to mention you, French Guiana. Yeah, you. As Mexico will actually be invading you, as they will be annexing French Guiana. And for the rest of France and Switzerland, they will be just entering France, and France surrenders within a few hours, as the Irish also make landings. But the Mediterranean country, peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty. And when we talk about this weird thing here, let's just say a deal is made between the Mediterranean Empire and Germany when it comes to this. What is there? And Europe looks like this. But then, something is going to be happening. A coalition is going to be forming against this giant empire. And this coalition is going to be formed by Ukraine. And it is going to include Poland, Germany, Belarus, Russia somehow. Kind of weird that these two are in the same alliance. India, and also the remainder of the United States. Yeah, because Mexico kind of stole a bunch of their land. And also Somalia, Ethiopia. Yeah, will also be joining this coalition. And just like this pact against them. Well, guess who's going after this region here? You're right if it's this country and Pakistan's being invaded. not by India, but by the Stani country, as they would be invading Pakistan and quickly taking it out, because compared to them, they aren't very strong. In real life, they're pretty strong, but we don't use nukes in this, so, well, yeah. Pakistan, as you can already see here, gets fully annexed by the Stanistan country. This country, I don't have an official name for it. But for the rest of this, including whatever this weird thing is, let's just say it just gets, like, totally didn't get invaded or anything. Whatever country that is. And also, for the rest of these countries here, more stand countries are being invaded, or are they joining? What do you think? Are they joining, or are they getting taken over / next? Well, that is done. And now the Stand country owns every single one of the stands except Kazakhstan. Yeah, that's a lot of stands. And there's a bit of Kazakhstan here. Oh, and did I forget to outline this? Russia and wrong color. Russia and Russia. Yeah. Where will the Mediterranean Empire go after next? Or really, Mexico. Because Mexico is going to be declaring war on all of these nations here over in northern South America and Ecuador alongside that. And the Mexicans do this giant invasion in order to attempt and take over all the Caribbean coast of Mexico. As you can see, oh my god, there. As they will be using French Guiana to help with this invasion, maybe that's why they got it. They will also be using the Navy, superior Navy at most, in order to go ahead and invade the Colombian coastlines and eventually take all these coastlines, and eventually Bogota is taken, and we can look at a peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty, and Mexico basically annexes all this Caribbean coastline. And that Brazil is going to join this coalition for no apparent reason. And, look at Peru here. Yep, they're being invaded for no primal reason. As the Mexican troops will be being sent over into the Peruvian areas and taking them over, as Brazil will also be joining in on this war in order to divide up Peru, as they will both will shiver their ways down the coastlines, and Brazil will finally make it to the Andes through the peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty. And well, South America is kind of unexpandable for Mexico, so we can go back to this weird continent called Asia and Europe, or Eurasia, depending on what you want to call it. Where we would be going to North Africa as the Mediterranean Empire is invading more countries, as they will be invading a pretty big chunk of these North African countries all at once, alongside Yemen, as the Yemenis will be the first to send their troops over into Eritrea, and will be fully taking it out, and the Mediterranean Empire, with their superior technology over these nations, is going to roll through the deserts, as they've basically mastered the art of rolling through deserts, as you can tell. And, well, they will just be destroying these countries, as eventually they will just be surrendering, and we can look at a peace treaty. And this is the not so surprising peace treaty, as all these areas are fully annexed. And we can see that some of these North African countries will also be joining this coalition. And well, actually a lot of these countries also around Tanzania. And for some reason it feels like almost every African country joins the coalition. And oh wait, every country in Africa does join the coalition. Nothing weird about that. But when we go back up to Kazakhstan, this country is going to be invading Kazakhstan again. For no apparent reason. Maybe to unite the stands. Who knows? As this country will be going ahead and quickly entering their troops into Kazakhstan, taking over this historical lake for many nations. And well, Caucasia is going to be joining in on this war as well, before Stan is going to be officially surrendering. And we can look at a peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty, and Stan has officially united all of the stands. But when we go to the alliance layer, we can see something slightly different, as China, with a not so recognizable color, is going to be joining the Triangle Alliance for no apparent reason. And well, Stanny Stan is, well, now the Stanists of the Stan, as they are the Stan, that looks there. Stanny Stan is officially united all of the stands, and time to go up to the Benelux countries for absolutely no reason, as for no apparent reason, the Mediterranean country is going to be invading them. And, well, as they've done before, they are going to go into these and absolutely incinerate them from existence. Just like they have, just a normal day sort of thing. And it's so bad because the Netherlands is going to sink into the ocean. Yeah, the Netherlands sinks into the ocean, and we can finally know that the Netherlands doesn't exist. No, yeah. As these nations are forced to unite and then join the Mediterranean Empire, obviously. Duh. Who would have known? But more countries are going to be joining this coalition, such as the Czech Republic, the Hungarians, and the Moldovans. But we need to look at Romania because they are joining the coalition because of this thing called invasion. Because you do not want to start World War III, as well Romania just surrenders very quickly. And if you cannot tell already, well, Romania gets fully annexed, that's the thing. And Romania doesn't exist. And, well, what else does the Triangle Alliance really have to expand? They have sort of expanded in every direction they can. Maybe except towards Colombia and Venezuela. Never mind. Because for some reason that I won't show, the Brazilians have, for some reason, annexed these two countries. For no apparent reason, other than invasion. Oh wait, did I just say the reason? Yeah. But they don't really have anywhere else to expand. Oh wait, this tiny little Cromotion thing. Never mind. As they will just, there's nothing they can do. And over time, this thing is just going to gain more members, this coalition. And Australia joins it, and Canada joins this thing, as the coalition is basically spreading the world. But then on one random Tuesday, this happens as the Mediterranean Empire invades Europe for the 45th time. Yeah, again, as they will reach the capital of Ukraine and take it. Yeah, as they will be connecting up with the puppet state. And this is unexpected as the puppet state goes ahead and takes the capital of Russia. And, well, there are no WICSO references here. Yeah, totally not. The Caucasians will be invading this country again. And this country will continue to go even more north. Yeah. And even invade into India. Before they get kicked out by the Indians, as the Yemenis will be invading India for the, 45th billionth time. And Tanzania is going to be invading more countries as they invade all of their neighbors. And for no apparent reason, they will be annexing Madagascar and will also be going ahead and take the capital of South Africa, as they will be just taking all this territory, as Yemen also invades this. This surprise invasion wasn't expected, and very quickly the African theater will be falling in World War V. Oh wait, no, yeah, World War III. As Brazil will, something didn't happen in WICSO, as Brazil invades so the Americas. Oh wait, that did happen. As the Americans will be pushing back the Mexicans. And this time when the Americans reach Mexico, they will officially be able to force it to collapse. Yeah. And, well, welcome to World War something. 3, 5, whatever, I don't know, something. As these guys just don't know what to do. in China. Oh, wait, I need to color China. How about this color? Yeah, they will also be invading giant Siberia. As these guys will just be taking over the world. Oh, and India will finally be falling. Not finally, but something. As countries will be going ahead and annexing some of their territories. And this will just force the coalition to sort of surrender. And that is going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed today's scenario where my WICSO Triangle Alliance came into the real world. It originally started as this and came into this. See you in the next video, and bye!